It's another day. It's another opportunity to make some more money, get in better shape, and be the best me. Rob, stop staring at me. These last few months, we've been really locked into the gym. We've been coming about 6 days a week, sometimes 5. I've been really dialed into the diet. I'm just looking to improve and get better every single week. I put on a good amount of muscle and I'm at a lower body fat percentage now. So the consistency has been there, and yeah, this is a pretty important part of the routine. It keeps me disciplined and locked in. Cappuccino. I'm just trying to figure out what to get though. The espresso tonic looks good. Maybe like a cold brew or something would be good today too. I just know I'm not gonna do matcha. I'm not doing matcha. Can I just do an espresso, please? Yeah. Yeah, that's okay. Thank you, man. I'm gonna have this espresso before I go home and knock out working on this digital product for this client, so should be quite interesting. I'm just trying to find more of, I guess, like a work-life balance right now, because right now it's just a lot of sitting at the computer, editing, working on products, trying to get all the websites up for all these clients. So I'm trying to get out a little bit more and have good life. Like, my dream is to just be like an old man in Italy, just drinking espressos, having caffeine, enjoying my life, have the whole family retired, maybe have a dog or two, something like that. We'll see. All right, now that I'm back in the house, we're gonna focus on the schedule for the rest of the week. So it's gonna be, how can we get the highest performance going? So in sales, I learned that a lot of things come down to the metrics of it. So breaking down workouts, YouTube scheduling, digital products for clients, and getting enough work done to where you maximize the full weekend. That's why I use my whiteboard. So yeah, you guys are gonna see me plan out everything on my whiteboard. Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys the complete breakdown on the structure. So on this side of the wall, how I have it structured is I basically do all my YouTube content for this side of the wall. And this side is where all the digital products go. It's where I think about what's the marketing, what is gonna be the niche for the website, and then what is gonna be the digital product for the client. And then I try to also perfect my pitch. Episode 009. And then all these episodes are basically gonna be the rest of the episodes for the month. And down here, I basically just write thumbnail ideas. Best friend slash editor slash everything, thumbnail creator. He basically does all the thumbnails for the channel. So this is where I break down what all the thumbnails are going to look like for that. So it's gonna be all these videos right here, and then it's gonna be thumbnail ideas, and then it's going to be what times I want to film. And then the next few episodes, it's going to be whether it's going to be a vlog, whether it's going to be a sit down. I'm thinking about what would look the best on the channel, what would be the perfect mix of lifestyle, relatable content, and personal content that I'm going through in the moment, because all the videos I make is really me just sharing my perspective, my chapter in life, and kind of just sharing my own journey, so I can really relate, so you guys can actually have something to relate to, not just some surface level content, because I feel like surface level content isn't a great idea for YouTube, in my opinion. On this side, this is the most important side, because this is the business side. This is how we're gonna get rich and how we're going to make money. This side right here is gonna be the marketing, the niche, the pitch, and the website. So this is going over the AI agency. On this part, I think of the marketing. So I think of how I'm gonna personalize the marketing for whatever client I'm talking to. I'm gonna look at whatever niche they have, so whether that's fitness, whether it's lifestyle, whether it's just mindset coaching or some of that over social media. And then I personalize that pitch, the pitch I'm going to give, and then I'm going to build a website related to that pitch. So this side is usually just the agency. It's usually where I put like, I have this sales meeting, or I'm gonna do this pitch, or this is the KPI that I'm gonna hit. This is the metrics I'm gonna hit. So that's what goes on this side. and this side is YouTube. And that's usually how I maximize my week. So this part right here is the most important part of the process. This is where the vision completely comes alive. Usually before I even get here, when I plan out videos, I usually have a vision board. I usually just do it in Google Docs. I have a vision board of what I want the intro of every video to look like, what sort of clips I want, what I just want the daily shots to look like. And luckily for me, you know, I have people who are able to help me film, you know, which is obviously like a big blessing, and it's really cool. So this is usually where the vision comes alive, and I usually spend anywhere from like a few hours to like 10 hours just editing and all that other good stuff. So the second half of my day is usually more focused on editing or working on my business, because the first half is usually dedicated to gym and going to work. I'm also starting school. I'm also starting my master's program next month too. So I'm trying to dedicate as much time as I can to content, whether that's long form content or short form content. And I'm also trying to dedicate as much time as I can to pitching clients and retaining as many clients as I can, so that way while I'm still doing schoolwork and YouTube, I'm still able to have another source of income, and I'm actually building something rather than just staying stagnant in the moment. It's all just about trying. So right now I'm kind of more focused on building a long-term system in which I retain as many clients as possible. I make content at a decent rate, and there's no fall off in the consistency and the quality. Obviously that's difficult right now, but I'm trying to find a good balance to where my content still looks aesthetically pleasing in terms of cinematics, quality, editing, and the overall like concept of the content. I just got done working for the night. I basically finished this whole video, editing this whole video right now. And the last thing I want to share with you guys is probably the most important part of my day. So the last thing that I usually do before I go to bed, is I usually just journal at the end of the day. I feel like it's the most important thing I've done in terms of self-development. I see that, but this is basically the check off from yesterday. So I basically just straight in the morning or nighttime, depending on when I've done it, I just talk about what I have for the day and what I've done. Usually this part is in the morning, so I just talk about how my morning's going or end of the day reflection. Then I have a checklist of family, friends, journaling, filming, diet, going to the gym, editing, coffee shop, drinking enough water, you know. And then I think about all the things that I'm grateful for. Usually in these sections, like I have many of these, so it's usually just like what I can do better, what I rate my day 1 out of 10, you know, where my mind has been at, and things that I can really improve on. And it's just a mental check-in at the end of every night, so I can make sure that I'm able to efficiently hit everything and do everything I can do. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe, leave a like, comment, share, and that was the most realistic day I could have given y'all.